Hey folks, welcome to Burl Sports. I'll get rolling here in just a second. I'll make sure stream's coming through all right because I got a bit of a new setup here. Not exactly a new setup. Stream's coming through all right because I got a bit of a computer and a new setup here. Not sure I got everything set up right. Not exactly a new. All right, looks like we're good on YouTube. Hey Derek, got good to see you. A bit of a computer and a make sure we're coming through on Facebook, and then we'll get rolling. Sports. All right, looking good, sounding good. How's everybody doing tonight? Echo on everything. Okay, appreciate it. Let's see. What about now? How's the echo now? Okay, sweet. Appreciate y'all's patience and the feedback there. Sure helps it go a lot faster if y'all respond to me in the chat like that, so I really do appreciate it. Good deal. Cool. All right. Well, appreciate everybody tuning in. Appreciate everybody who bought in. We're going to start out with the 73 tops break tonight. Here, let me get this up. Do a rundown of how we do things. Got a few new participants. All right. Also appreciate everybody putting up with kind of my almost randomly throwing out spot limits. You know, kind of guesstimating based on interest, and 71 football went a little faster than I expected, so if I was redoing it, I'd put a little bit more of a limit on it. Trying to get as many people involved as we can, and also I like selling out on day one, so keeping those two things in mind is kind of how we're running things. Right. Looks like we're over 20 viewers now, so appreciate everybody tuning in. Get this recording started, and then we'll get started. So up first, we'll do our 73 tops baseball set break. Every spot gets a card. 660 cards in the break. We sold 659, gave one away. Congrats to Judson Wise on Facebook for winning that free spot in this one. And so if you're new to our breaks, we take our list of 660 names, we put it in the list randomizer here on random.org. We randomize it, and then we take our randomized list, paste it right next to a checklist. So if your name comes out of the randomizer in spot number 1, you get card number 1. Now we won't read through all 660 hits, or all 660 cards. We'll just show kind of the top. Oh, I probably pulled 30 hits tonight for us to look at. Fun set, 73 tops is, and so we'll read through those hits, and then I'll post a sorted list as soon as the broadcast is over. Now, the number of times we randomize will be determined by whoever pops a number first in the chat. Derek, you just knew I was going there next. I've been doing this a few times, I guess since about the start of the new year. So Derek knew where I was going. 777. We'll do both of these randoms tonight 7 times just because you all three hit us with 7s. So that's good fun. But without any further ado, we'll get rolling. All right. So let me get this copied. Oops, I didn't want to cut it. I want to copy it. And we'll paste it here. All right, so we got all our names in. And again, let me make that bigger so you can all see a little bit better. All right, so here's 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't let me count you to sleep now. 5, 6, and 7. All right, so we got Robert Pellegrino on bottom and Jason Jennings on top. Back this up. Just a little bit here. Good to see all you folks in the chat. It's good times, good times. Hope weather is treating you well. We are thawing out here in Tennessee. My driveway is nice and slushy at this point. I'm expecting it to be all gone by the morning, so we'll see. All right, card number 1, Jason Jennings gets the all-time home run leaders. Fun card there with Ruth, Aaron, and Mays. Solid stuff. Next card we'll look at, number 10, Don Sutton. Oh, and there's our free spot, by the way. So Judson, you got card number 3, Jim Lonborg. Don Sutton goes to Anthony Mastaloni. Yep, Clemente here is number 50. He's the next hit we'll look at. Goes to Michael Fickle. Owen design on 50. Looks pretty classy, especially if you've been in the league a minute, with all the stats on the back. Of course, Clemente's last card before he died tragically. That black border on the back really frames the card nicely, but it does show that edge and corner wear. Next up, we've got home run leaders. NL, Johnny Bench, Dick Allen. Goes to John Gray, John Scott Gray. AL, NL leaders there. Bench with 40 homers, Allen with 37. Strikeout leaders with a couple of big names as well. Goes to Matthew Pottle with Carlton and Ryan, both over 300. Of course, fantastic pitchers. Oh, and I meant to put Clemente back here. Keep the eye candy up. We got Brooks Robinson. Card number 90 goes to Nick Frank. Hammerin, Hank, Aaron. Goes to Michael Fickle. Nice hit, Michael. Hank. Playing it cool there with the shades. First base. Ron Santo, 115. Goes to Matt Pottle. Pete Rose. Goes to Brian Yacker. Another fun thing about the 73 set, I don't know if you notice sometimes we got posed shots, we've got genuine action shots. Some of them are kind of awkward. This one of Pete's pretty awkward. Thurman Munson. $142 goes to Edwin Pastrana. Love that Munson card. I like the way the crowd's out of focus in the background. Just looks cool. Jim Palmer. 160. It goes to James Stambouli. Bob Gibson goes to 190. Or is 190. And goes to Brian Yacker. Nice. Nice hit for you, Brian. Love this Gibson card. Got the nice big sideburns, rocking them hard. Back to the weather for a minute, because everybody loves talking about the weather. If you notice, none of my packages moved this week, so they all got picked up yesterday. But my local postal guy said they hadn't got any trucks in all week, so we've been pretty. Tennessee, we don't do snow super great, so. But yeah, those packages should be moving now, so hopefully they'll get delivered out this coming week. But don't fret if you see those that aren't moving. World Series subset, always fun. Well, there's our focus. World Series champions, the A's. 210. Goes to Paul Schmidt, getting the Oakland Athletics. Steve Garvey. I love that Steve Garvey's got to be like, come on, guys. You can't even get a picture where I'm not blocked out. Like, this is seriously the best picture you got of me. Steve Garvey goes to David Scheffler. Nolan Ryan. 220. Goes to John Scott Gray. John, second hit. Nice. Lots of you guys getting 2 hits so far, so good times, good times. All right. Jim Hunter goes to Matthew Singleton. Obviously, this is a posed photograph. Okay, we got Yaz. 245 goes to Daniel Macbeth. Love the expression on Yaz's face. It's like, did you take the picture yet? Is it over? Did you take it? Reggie, intense throwing motion. A little bit of a strain there. Just a Brad Cass. One of my favorite Reggie cards. Here's a design on manager cards with little Yogi. Also goes to Brad. So 2 hits in a row there for you, Brad. So with your Yankees coaches there on the side as well. Or sorry, not Yankees, Mets. Talking about Yogi, I always think of the Yankees first. Um, but that's your design for, oh, and here's the back of your manager coaches cards. Just a little, some short biographical information. Steve Carlton. Carlton's 300 here goes to David Kundert. Phillies hurler. And Willie Mays coming in at 305. Goes to Nick Frank. Never get used to him being a Met either. Then Brock. It's 320. Goes to Edwin Pastrana. Another little weird anomaly in the 73 set is the Boyhood Stars uh, cards. So I don't know. I've I've loved these cards. They fascinate me. Like I want to know if they got Jim Palmer to send this picture or if they called his mom, right? Like Jim, Jim, we really need a picture of you as a kid. Does Jim send this picture or does his mom send this picture, right? Of him in the pool with the floaty. Trevor Kirkendall getting the boyhood, the childhood photos of your stars with cool little write-ups on the back. I do really like these cards. They make my heart happy. Um, and then Jim Hunter, I look at him too. 344. There are a few of these through here. It goes to Daniel Macbeth. So Jim with his pups. Jim looks like a dog guy, doesn't he? All right. 350. Tom Seaver. Goes to Scott Smith. There are a few horizontal cards in the set. Willie Stargell's one of them. So Stargell here. I like this image a lot. Um, just a Josh Pittman. It's in the stretch. I don't see the ball, so I'm guessing he's actually gonna be safe, but it's close. It's gonna be a close one. He's ready. Um, and now my absolute favorite card in this set is next, um, as far as photography goes, and that's the Johnny Bench. Johnny catching the pop fly as he runs into the dugout. Bill Griebel. This is one of those times where I wish you could like turn on the back of the card and see what happens next. Like, does he crash? Does he pull up? Like, what happens next? Right. McCovey. Mr. Ryan Barber. know if there was a foul ball or if somebody in the stands was heckling. But either way, everybody's turn to look, right? Another cool piece in the 73 set, and we do just have a handful more cards we're actually going to look at here, is the all-time leaders cards. So up first, so these are these start with 471. So we got all-time hits at the time, being Ty Cobb. Then we got and that goes to Greg Ritzer. You got your Grand Slam leader, goes to Dina Connolly with Sir Lou Gehrig. Then total base leader, Hank Aaron. It's David Doyle. RBI leader at the time, Babe Ruth, goes to Paul Schmidt. Batting leader, all time, Ty Cobb, goes to Edwin Pastrana. Shutout leader, Walter Johnson, goes to Paul Schmidt. Now a record that will never be broken. Mr. Cy Young, 511 victories, goes to Dave Rook. Strikeouts at the time was Walter Johnson, goes to Trevor Kirkendall. Now, the last card we'll look at in this break is the big rookie of the set. Got Schmidt. Tri-player cards. Short bio info on the back. Organized by position, oddly enough. So nice, EX example here. All right, so we'll do, see who lands it. Paul Schmidt gets the Mike Schmidt. How about that? Schmidt gets a Schmidt. Congrats, Paul. Nice hit. Very, very classic rookie card from the 70s. All right. So that'll do it for the 73 Topps baseball. Up next, we've got 71 Topps football. So another fun break here. As we dive into some other sports, we're going to do lots of breaks for the first time, whereas, most of our baseball sets from the early 70s back through the 50s, we've done, between 5 and 10 times on some of them. First time we've ever done a 71 football break, so that's always fun, digging into some new content. Pulled a couple dozen hits for us to look at. And I define hits here as, they're Hall of Famers and they're not linemen. It's pretty much the way I went with it. So we'll do the same thing. So get us a new list up here. Hop over to this one. Now we gave away a free spot here as well. And that free spot went to Diamond Cutter 43 on Instagram. So congrats on that. And again, as we said earlier, we'll randomize this one 7 times. So 263 cards in the set. Oops, I don't paste that there. Just not even thinking. Okay, I paste it here. All right, again, we'll randomize it 7 times, get it nice and shuffled. All right, so here is 01. So 263, so our list is right. 2, 3, 4, 5, almost there. 6, 7. All right, Joseph on top, and John. John, I don't know if that was supposed to be John or not, but if it's John, that's the first time I've ever seen that name, and I love it. And I hope I didn't mess it up in some way. Okay. All right, so there we go. Joseph on top, bringing home the Johnny U. So bold red borders. Classy, classy cards. They certainly pop. They also show a lot of wear. Got Lance Allworth. Oh, and the camera's having a hard time with the red, it seems. It's trying to shift things up on us. So, see, this is number 10. Goes to Angelo. Then we got Buck Buchanan. Hey, he's a lineman, but with a name like Buck, you got to throw him in, right? Goes to Bradley O'Connor. Don Maynard. Wide out for the Jets. Goes to Robert Morris. There's our free spot for Diamond Cutter. Goes to Gary, or it is Gary Cuozo. Larry Wilson also goes to Robert Morris, spot number 20 there. A little somebody named Dick Butkus, number 25. Middle linebacker for the Bears. Goes to Kevin Porter. Charlie Taylor. Goes to John Lavin. Well, that helps if I back it up. That's interesting. Then George Blanda. 39. Goes to Joseph Cerullo. Wonder if he's out of order. Surely I didn't skip that far. Maybe I did. Yeah, it looks like we got quite a jump here. So jump all the way up to 91. Not a Hall of Famer, but Mercury Morris. Goes to Brian Yacker. Cool card. Mercury with the chain link fence in the background. Hasn't been weeded, you know. It's like he's playing ball outside of a high school or something. But no, that is your Miami Dolphins. Floyd Little. Oh, Floyd was, yeah, 110. Goes to Kevin Porter. See Floyd here's a little miscut. So had a different colored card right next to it, as you can see. So yellow showing up there. It's interesting. I don't know that are there any yellow cards in this set? Um, may have been sharing a sheet with something else, which Topps did from time to time. I guess it could have been the edge and just not gotten color on it or something. Um, Ken Houston, just a Nick Frank. Mel Renfro. So Robert Morris. So cornerback for the Cowboys. But the helmet has not been kind to Mel's hair. Let's be honest. Fran Tarkington goes to Dome. John. Um, nice Tarkington there. Bob Lilly. And if you're going to show a lineman, Lilly's a good one. Defensive tackle for the Cowboys. Goes to Brian Yacker. Right, Gale Sayers. 150. Goes to David Doyle. Right. Dick LeBeau. 154. Goes to Kevin Porter. Right. Bradshaw rookie coming up. 156 on Bradshaw. This is graded a 5 by Beckett. And goes to David Mammal. There's the Bradshaw. I don't know that I showed it back yet. A little wax staining on this one. But nice mid-grade example of a Hall of Fame quarterback. So Greasy. 160 goes to Bill Floyd. So typical Topps back designs. Little comic. Some bio info. Actually heavy bio on these, which is interesting. Um, if they didn't have as many stats, you had to write a little more because the font's the same size, but which is funny. Anyways, gotta fill that space. Bolitnikov, 178. Kevin Porter. Kevin having a huge break here, hitting some Hall of Famers. Lynn Dawson goes to John St. Martin. Then we got Dave Wilcox, 189. Goes to David Doyle. So I mean, we get this alternating, red and blue for your AFC, NFC. What do you guys think? Which color pops more? Maybe this isn't a fair example because Dave has got a red jersey. So here, let's do a little Cowboys action. What do y'all think? The blue pop better or the red? I think I'm partial to the red. I don't know. It's interesting. Deep philosophical questions here on a Sunday evening. Hayes goes to Joseph Cerullo. See, Hayes shifted pretty far down, and you can see the lettering from the player above him on the sheet. Um, there you go. I don't know if you can tell. Deacon Jones. Goes to Robert Morris. Just a few more hits to look at here. A couple of good ones though, so don't hang up yet. Charlie Sanders. Goes to John St. Martin. Mean Joe Green. 245. Goes to Robert Morris. Nice hit on the Joe. Another fantastic lineman to show. Still a couple massive Hall of Famers to look at here as we wrap up the break. Joe, Willie, Namath. Goes to John St. Martin. Good hit, John. Good break for you, man. Congrats. And the last hit we'll look at is O.J. Simpson. Goes to Brian Yacker. There's the old O.J. And you can see we ended with Jome. All right. So that will do it for our broadcast for the night. Next up, we'll have a 69. Or no, next up's a mixer break, isn't it? Yeah, we'll have a pretty sweet mixer coming up this weekend. I'm actually might do two mixers, so not just one giant one, but maybe two medium-sized one from different eras to keep it interesting, give you a couple of options, and again, probably have some pretty decent spot limits just to get to spread that fun to a few more people. So make sure you look for that in my email or in my post. I'm trying to make sure I mention what those are. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks for buying in. Really appreciate it. We'll get these sorted and shipped out over the week. Two breaks, so it will take me a little bit longer. So look for those to start rolling out Wednesday, Thursday, probably the last of them on Friday. But that'll do it. Thanks again. This is Burl signing off.